and seeing your friend again, you'd almost forgotten the loss you suffered at Inniset Tower, the months of treacherous tasks, and the raging war and injustice in Roria. For just a moment, it was nice to speak with him again, and to have closure. Wiping tears away and holding your composure, you can't keep yourself from smiling. Valafar seemed genuinely at peace, but as his form vanishes into the mist like the others summoned before him, you begin to imagine how it was that he'd been called in the first place. Could the secret power of Mistkeep also dwell within one of you? Hey guys, welcome back. We're just over here doing non-synced up countdowns over the interwebs.
Hey, it worked out, didn't it?
3,
That's
2,
so funny. It
and we're
sounded
back.
up to me. So like I thought I was with Morgan the whole time.
You were not.
It was like 1, 2. Well, but the other
Like
way.
it sounded exactly like I'd gotten it. I was like, "Whoa, that's weird."
Wow, look at how good I am.
You nailed it.
Folks are good at this.
It's like the one random dude at the concert who's like clapping not
Yeah.
on rhythm at all, like clapping on 1 and 3. Yeah, don't do that. Drummers know. You guys know what I'm talking about. Anyway,
One time I was clapping, and I think I was clapping on not the right beats, and Alex looked at me and was very upset with me. And I was
When I
like,
just tell
fuck.
people, I'm clapping on the upbeat, guys. Come on.
Morgan, I wasn't upset. I was just disappointed.
Disappointed. Yeah.
Anyway, enough off-topic banter for now. Now that everyone's seen the intro, we rejoin our adventurers in the mist after having just watched their friend move back into his place of rest, which you have heard by his own admission that it's not so much a place of rest, but a place of constant battle, and he enjoys it. As Valfar disappears from whence he came,
Alex, we can't hear you. Can you hear Alex, or is it just me?
check.
I
thought it was just me.
yeah, me
Okay.
too. I thought it was me.
Okay. It might be
Can
your
you hear me?
internet. Yeah, it might be your internet, but we can hear you now.
Okay. As Valfar disappears from whence he came, a concerned Eleniel re-enters the fold and approaches the 5 of you. Well, that was something. I would be thanking you for saving all of us. And she looks at you, Sarnorin. If I were not first... If I did not have the first impulse to... I don't know why you would have ever done what you did. And she looks to you, Rin. You are no longer welcome here. Please, all of you, follow me. We're leaving.
Your Grace, if I may. I know you don't know him very well. And I know what he did was considered a great disrespect in the eyes of your council. And if it is the case that he must leave, I will accept your judgment, but I offer myself in recompense for him. Let me go so that he might stay and learn a better way. Don't kick him out. He's been through quite an ordeal to get here. And I know it may not matter to you, but what he did was motivated out of love.
There was a time and a place for doing what he did. I stressed multiple times that testing yourself in a place so powerful as this would have dire consequences, and you nearly killed us all. I'm sorry, but I cannot forgive you for this.
And kept you alive. You know,
Did
I
you
didn't.
now?
Well, you're still here with us, aren't you?
It certainly looked like you were one of the first to turn tail and run. I'm not here to argue this point. We need to leave now.
So
Before
were
you do
the
any more damage to this place.
spirits not after me?
I'm not sure.
I don't know if you paid close enough attention, but when I backed off, whatever was spawned from your portal over there came for me and left you and left them alone. I'm sorry to have offended you, but I'm
It's
sure
not about
as
the offense. It's about the blatant disregard for everyone's safety.
I waited till you were far enough away. You didn't have to turn back around. In fact, I don't think you did turn back around, did you?
I did.
Why'd you do it, Red?
I'm not necessarily a fighter. I am impressed with what you all were able to do in fending off those shades that appeared. I'm impressed even more that some of you were able to deal with the shades without fighting. But I cannot forgive that most blatant dishonesty. What were you trying to do? If you'd have just told me, perhaps I could have helped in some way. Before you answer, we need to leave. I don't think it's a good idea for any of us to be here right now. Not with you.
Well, I did show that our friend here does have the gift that you speak of. It's not just your people. Gave some knowledge to you.
Come on, Red, let's go. Let's get off of this sacred space before we...
We'll continue
Anything
this
else up?
conversation elsewhere. After you. And she motions into the mist.
Yeah, I'll go.
She follows close behind. She turns for a moment just to make sure everyone else is following.
Yeah, I follow.
All right.
Let me know when I'm free to speak.
It's been
Should
about-
I keep my thoughts on you or something? How does this work?
She pauses for a few moments, 10, 15 seconds as you continue into the mist. We should be far away enough now. Please, speak freely and speak truthfully.
Sure. Like I asked when we first got here, I was bound to attempt to contact my friends. You told me there was no way it was possible. I watched what you did. I emulated what you did, and apparently I don't have your gift. And took care of the problem, made sure that the thing that was spawned was coming for me and not attacking you or any of my friends. And what you think is turning tail and running is something, that might be known as distraction. I don't know what you were watching, but the one I spawned didn't do anything the entire time it was here other than chase my dumb ass around.
The one you called from the pool was not the only one that you summoned. Make a persuasion check.
I would also like to incite Rin saying that he left, trying to
Your sheet.
get them to
Your
follow
what?
him, I guess.
What?
Like with
Yes.
that intention.
My iPad.
Oh.
Okay.
It's 19 plus, I think, 8, so for persuasion, right? I don't have my thing in front of me, and I'm pretty sure it's 8. I'll let you know in just a second, but it's above a 20.
I can pull up your sheet on D&D Beyond real quick.
Becca's going to grab it. I guess I could have done that. I'm pretty sure it's 8, so it's 20. It's at least 25, but I'm pretty
What
sure
is
it's a
it?
27.
Your persuasion?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it is
Yeah, it's
8.
27.
I can understand that people from outside of our commune might jump at the chance to communicate with the dead. It is a relatively easy thing to do for us here. And so I understand that perhaps your motivations were too powerful for you to control. I will allow you to stay. But know that you are being watched, and you have not regained my trust. As she continues to speak, she continues to walk. After this brief conversation and a brisk pace back to the actual city of Mistkeep, she makes her way to the tower where you all met her.
For what I don't know what you rolled, Sam.
20 unnatural.
Okay. Yeah. I seem genuine. Enough.
As she walks to the base of the tower, she speaks to two of the guards. Please take our visitors back to their accommodations. And have someone else take your posts. I would like for you to stand guard over their room and be sure that they don't leave unless summoned. They nod and begin to move. They nod and begin to move into the tower. And as you all begin to follow, she turns and stops you, Sarnorn. She says, "If you would, a moment."
Sure.
Do the rest of you continue on to your rooms? Or room?
If I didn't hear that, then yes. I don't know if I would have heard that or not.
She wasn't trying to hide it. I mean,
Okay, then I
Cheryl
might
just
like
kinda-
hang back.
the guards are going to stop and motion for you to continue on with them.
Cheryl would look at Sarnoran as kind of like a,
It's okay.
are you good to stay by yourself?
It's okay. Go on.
Quick question: how far away are we going? Because I can read lips.
You were going up,
True.
you were going up a large staircase, crossing a bridge into another connected section of
So
this
I
tower.
won't be able to read lips.
You will not be able to read
You'll
lips.
be able to read our lips in the room.
Worth a shot.
Do you follow?
Yeah, if the guards are gonna like stop for me, then I'll go with them. As long as like Sarnoran has kind of given us the clear that he is okay.
I have.
I'm gonna look at Taffy and go,
Hello.
all right.
For anyone for anyone that's listening and not watching,
Oh yeah.
They're mouthing words to each other right now.
that was funny.
We were communicating without words again.
Yep.
Once the rest of the party makes their way up the staircase, led by the two guards that the queen has appointed to watch them, She looks back to you, Sarnor, and she says, if you would like to be tested, we can do that now. But by my estimation,
I think I might have passed.
it seems that you are indeed capable of what we would refer to as the gift here.
How? Why? Me?
Perhaps
How? Why?
my husband, Arbane, could lend his knowledge in explaining this. If you would, follow me.
Certainly. Lead the way.
She takes you into the tower, but instead of going up the large staircase that leads towards your accommodations, she walks straight back. There's a large set of double doors that open up into a long hallway. She takes you down a winding pathway that is lined with very ornate sconces and wall trimmings. This place, by your estimation, is somewhat of a castle, and it's hard to see because the mist even lingers inside. But it appears that the structure is quite old, and the elves have done a great job of keeping it up. After a couple minutes of walking, you come upon another large door. As she approaches, Eleanor knocks with the back of her knuckle. She says, Arbane, may we come in? You hear Arbane call back, yes, my love. I'm just wrapping up some things in here. She opens the door. He turns as she does, still in his lab coat type attire. And as he turns, you see in his hands are several different vials in front of him, an alchemical set. And atop his wild white hair that you'd seen earlier are a pair of goggles strapped around, pressing down and somewhat taming his crazy hair. He says, you have a guest. I recognize you from earlier. What can I do for you? Elenil says, I believe that Sarnorn here has the gift, or at least some form of it. He mentioned to me that he is from Vithnica. The second the word rolls off her lips, you see his curiosity piqued. Oh my. I do have some questions for you. Elenil, I'm sure you've got plenty to attend to. You can leave us. I'll take good care of our friend Sarnorn here.
No, stay. Make sure that the DM has to talk to himself all night long.
What is happening?
Just for that, Elenil promptly leaves. She doesn't say anything. No, she says, of course. Let me know if either of you need anything from me. I will be upstairs in the throne room. Her sullen look returns to her as the excitement of today starts to wear off, and Sarnorn, you see that recognizable flash of grief run across her face as she turns and walks out the door. So, Vithnica, you say?
Indeed. Yes. Sorry for your loss, by the way.
My loss?
You know, Sylph, everyone. What? Did I not? Oh, shit. Well, that's out of the bag.
You are no longer
Did you
the favored
forget?
one.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. But someone would not have forgotten that. So
You forgot that they don't know?
I forgot that he doesn't know. Yeah, I forgot that he
Well,
doesn't know.
do you
Sorry,
want-
guys.
Can we
Took
recon that?
a week off.
Because I feel like Sarnoran would have
I would not
known.
have spilled the beans. It's
Yeah.
literally
Okay.
the same day.
Okay.
Control Z, Control Z.
Yeah. Whoops. I saw everybody else in the Zoom meeting eyes go wide, and I was like, he doesn't know. He doesn't know.
Sorry for your loss. I found some change.
You lost your goggles, but you found them, obviously.
Thanks for coming, everybody. This concludes this week's episode.
Oh no.
Jim said he
Wow.
done goofed. Oh, welcome back, City Guard.
Jeez.
Thanks for the sub.
City Guard, good to see you, man. Thanks for the sub.
Also, guys, my screen is flickering a lot.
Okay,
So if this goes away,
that's what it is.
it is what it is.
Opa.
Yeah, just letting you guys know.
Gotcha. So let's start over.
Yes, I'm from Vithnica, and I say nothing else.
Are you,
Whew.
you must be quite up in years.
Yes. Well, I've lived a long time. That's true.
Whatever happened to that place?
Well, they're all gone. Plague took the land.
Well, that's
And
a shame.
Yep.
What
Yes,
kind
it
of
is.
plague? As you may have seen earlier, I take quite an interest in such things.
Of course, yeah. Well, as you might have known, we were an island nation, meaning we did a lot with what we had, but we had to get a lot of what we didn't necessarily have on hand. And it was something that came in on the shipping lines, some sort of deadly pestilence that took us all. And I did everything I could. I was a physician. And
I see.
the more I tried to save people, the more people died. And so,
I do hate when that happens.
yeah, it's the damnedest thing. It made me rethink if I wanted to actually be a doctor anymore for a while. So, now I'm here. And I just talked to my dead friend.
Did you know?
Yep.
Is this how we discovered that you may, after all, have the gift?
Indeed. It was, well, I tell you, it was nothing like medical science I'd ever seen.
No, it's a little different from that. In my studies, I've, dedicated myself to the pursuit of all knowledge, really, but being that I'm from here, I've certainly sunken myself into research on the topic. The exact science still eludes me, but what I have been able to point out, if you would, is to operate the weave in this nature. It requires a certain number of components, that being, in no particular order, the mind, in order to
influence the weave, to spark it, if you will. The body, which is made up, of course, by the mist and the waters in the pool, as I'm sure you no doubt witnessed. The heart, which is a representation of the emotional connection that you have with this person. Without that, you summon some mindless beast. We've seen that happen in many number of times. And then finally, the soul, which is a component filled, of course, by the person or creature that you are summoning. Their soul does make the trip, as far as I can tell, from the other plane of existence where they have come to rest. Their body, of course, no longer exists in that way, so they take up residence in the waters, and they are allowed to interact with the world of the living. It's quite marvelous. No matter how many times I see it, I'm always amazed.
I'll say it's I've been practicing magic now for a while, and I've never done anything like this before. So,
Nothing at all like this.
well, not exactly. I mean, the closest I've ever gotten is I can animate a body, but I cannot do any such business with the soul except for, well, today. So, I guess this begs the obvious question, and I know you don't know me and don't trust me, so you don't have to tell me, but have you ever, in the history of this place, heard of anyone successfully helping a soul transition back to a body from the mist?
I have not ever witnessed such a thing, but I do know that attempts have been made over the years.
I see.
Perhaps it is not my place to say, and usually I'm quite outspoken. But my someone fairly close to me has tried many times to bring back someone that we've lost.
I see.
It simply doesn't work.
I see.
As I mentioned, those components don't appear to be enough. Perhaps there's something else missing, some part of the equation that we don't yet know exists or have on hand.
How long have you been here?
Oh, I've been here for ages. As you can see, he kind of like pulls away at his wispy white hair. That's definitely telling of his age. You can see that he does have like, even though most elves, have pretty perfect skin, he's got some wrinkles. He's definitely up there.
I see.
What are y'all giggling at?
No telling.
Absolutely.
They don't want to say. It must be good. So if you would entertain my curiosity for a moment, because of course you are not from here, and all that I have ever known who had the gift were natives of Mistkeep.
You about to ask me for my blood?
I wasn't going to, but now that you bring it up, that could be good to have on hand as well.
I am a doctor after all. I do think of these things.
If you wouldn't mind. And he, before you even answer, he like turns around, grabs a syringe.
My arms
he
aren't
fumbles
gonna
around
turn
with a
it.
couple of vials. He turns around. He says, "Ah, you are a doctor, as you said." And he pokes you,
Just
pulls some
cuts off
blood
your
out,
arm, and it's like, this should be enough blood.
fills up the vial, caps it, places it aside, and he says, "That will keep me up through the night."
It keeps me up most nights.
Yes, being alive sometimes does.